Welcome to Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Nintendo. Why? Because I love them. I love them so much, especially with the Switch 2 and what they've been doing. You know, like the prices, the game key cards, the C button we have to pay an additional price for. All of it. I love it. Joy-Con drift for a $100 joystick. What's not to love? Mario Kart, a game that was being developed for the Switch. Donkey Kong game, a game that was being developed for the Switch. Numero uno. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. And that's my fear. Because I love Nintendo so much. That the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be nothing but port of the Nintendo Switch 1. Why? How? What am I talking about? Well, for example, right now. Except for Mario Kart World Tour and Donkey Kong Bonanza, all the games that Nintendo has put over are ports, you know, like Zelda, Breath of the Wild. And guess what? First of all, that's a freaking Wii U port that was ported to the Switch, then ported to the Switch 2. But it's sold like crazy, you know, a little upgrade patch for those that already have it, and for those who want to replay it all in its full glory, you know, like full price. Like, oh, okay. People bought it. People gobbled it up. PlayStation does it with The Last of Us. PlayStation does it with all their games, actually, from the PlayStation 4. Let's do it, too. And that's what they're going to do. Not only are they going to bring in probably Tropical Freeze next, revamp it, probably just add, like, the DLC or everything all in one package. Mario Tennis. Like, why are they going to make a new Mario Tennis when they already have last generations? Add all the DLC. Maybe some new characters, make it shiny, sell it for full price for the Switch 2 version with all the high res and everything, better performance. Same thing with Pokemon, whatever shit. They already have a Switch 2 version, right? Anyways, my bad. They already did that one. Baseball, Mario Baseball. Like, why are they gonna create a brand new one for the Switch 2? When essentially they have one from last generation that they made. And they can just use it for this generation with better graphics, a new roster. There we go. I mean, like, they got that because people are buying the Wii U version of Zelda. So, I mean, might as well. It just makes sense. You have all these games already built, port them all over and make a Switch 2 version. They bought the Zelda one. Mario Kart, the graphics ain't that much better than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. In fact, it was built on the Switch 2 graphic model, so same thing with Donkey Kong. It just makes sense for them. But not only Nintendo, you know who it makes sense for? Third-party publishers. I mean, why would they want to develop a brand new title for the Switch 2 and gamble that the Switch 2 players are going to buy their third-party game? Hopefully it's not on a game key card, because forget it if it is. When they have an install base of the Switch 1 with like, I don't know, 100 million people. How many people have the Switch 1? Millions and millions compared to what? 6 million for the Switch 2? If I'm a third-party developer, I'm going to develop for the Switch 1 user base and then port that version over to the Switch 2. It just makes sense. It's not a gamble because you're going to get your money here for sure. Or at least way more than you would here. And not only that, but because I'm doing this, developing for the Switch 2 when it comes to third-party games because of the install base, that means that the games being developed for the Switch 2 are being held back by 10-year-old graphics from the Switch 1. So we're never really going to get the capability of the Switch 2 so long as the Switch 1 stays as popular as it is. And guess what? It's super popular. Especially with the install base that buys games. Is it because the games are on the disc? I don't know. No. Because it's something new. We'll figure that out later on. But, I mean, think about it. Why would you want... Like, it's too early, obviously, to just jump ship to the Switch 2. To take that risk, especially when games aren't really selling. So I see a bunch of ports from obviously like Cyberpunk 2077. So every next gen port from Xbox One, Series X, and PlayStation 5 are gonna jump over. So you're gonna get a bunch of 5-year-old games from third-party developers. They're not gonna take the risk of developing something new when they have all this catalog of games that they can easily just port over. And I guess if you only have a Switch 2, or if you're only in the Nintendo ecosystem, then awesome, right? Because you're getting all these games that you never get to experience before. So that's great. But if you are a gamer that has other consoles as well, you most likely already played these games and you played a better version of them with better graphics and everything. So not only are you going to get old games from Xbox and PlayStation, but you're also going to get old games from third-party developers that are already on the Switch ported over. Same thing from Nintendo. Because when you look at Nintendo and what they've been doing, instead of actually giving you like brand new games built on brand new engines with brand new characters or new franchises, I mean, they recycle the same franchises over and over, obviously, but they pretty much recycle the same games over and over. And now they're actually just doing remakes and remakes and remakes and recycling those over and over. And this is a prime time for them to do it because they have a brand new system. So they're, given how they just want money for everything now, it just makes sense for them to port over all these Wii U titles that were ported over to the Switch 1 that are now going to be ported over to the Switch 2. At least for like, I don't know, I'd say 3 years before they get the ball rolling on actual exclusives for the Switch 2. Or should I say the Switch Pro at this time. Because, let's face it, that's what it is. It's essentially a Switch Pro playing Switch 1 games at a pro level. Sad times we live in, Nintendo fans. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, does it matter to only Nintendo fans out there? At the end of the day, if you're a gamer like me, except recently I started buying, some games on my Switch that were third party. But essentially, we get a Nintendo console as our second console. It's mostly just for their exclusives and the odd title here and there. Most, it's the adult gamers, or I don't know, hardcore gamers. Just, I don't want to say hardcore because you can be a cozy gamer and be a hardcore gamer and only have a Switch. You know what I mean? But most, I'm gonna say adult gamers, I guess, ones that grew up with games, usually have like a big, powerful system, which either is next gen, PC, console, Xbox. Not anymore. We'll see. And then PlayStation, and then they have their Switch or their Nintendo product as secondary for, again, the odd title and for a Nintendo product. So in the end, it may not matter, but if there is no third-party support, because either the game ain't selling, or because they ain't selling because they're on the Switch 1 or because they're on game key cards or whatever other reason, then the Switch is gonna fail to succeed to the point where they need it to be, and essentially be like a Wii U. Maybe not to that point. I think it's probably almost to the point of succeeding, what the Wii U did. But they really do need a third-party support. They need those games to sell, and they need to sell in order for new games to come out. But seeing the way developers are and the way they treat the Switch, I think it's just going to be a system where you port over games, old and older ones. I'm going to leave it right there. Catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. If you're enjoying your Nintendo Switch 2, enjoy it. Go play your games. Don't let me ruin it for you. It's just a video to have fun with. Peace.